I spoke to Amelia, who tested positive for the virus in November.
Having the virus for me is pretty crazy because I always thought I was invincible to it because I was young and I was never going to get it. But now I do have it and it's pretty scary. I've lost my taste, I've lost my smell, I've had pretty much most of the symptoms. And I say losing your taste is probably the worst because I don't know, there's like when I eat, it's just based off texture. I can't taste anything. I'm doing shots of ginger every 10 minutes to see if I've got my taste back, and I haven't. I've done spoonfuls of Marmite, eaten jalapenos, cannot taste a thing, and it's really creepy. I think it was slightly annoying being at school and like having the virus. Obviously, I didn't know I had it then, but I had a lot of the symptoms, and I like told the teachers, and I was continuously told that I was being a drama queen, which I am a drama queen, but I did definitely think that something was up. I don't know. I kind of isolated in my room, which was really boring. Got to miss a few lessons, which was good, but I don't know, I think it's pretty scary because like anyone you're walking around could potentially have it and then infect the whole year, and you obviously don't want that to be you. I'm going pretty crazy isolating in my room, if I'm honest. Not really sure how well I'm coping with it, even though it has just been 2 days. Because obviously I'm positive, I'm not actually allowed outside my room. So all meals, like everything, I have to eat inside my room. Not allowed outside on walks. Not that I do go on walks very often, but if I wanted to, I wouldn't be allowed to. Pretty much my life consists of lying in bed, doing my lessons online, watching Netflix and going to sleep, and it's pretty dull, and it's also driving me pretty insane, and I might start talking to myself soon. The way that I socialize with my friends, obviously because I'm stuck inside my room, is through social media, like platforms like Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and I'd say that's pretty helpful, but I prefer to FaceTime my friends just because it's more fun, and it distracts you for a while. But I don't know, I think social media is quite a toxic thing, and I personally have debated multiple times deleting all social medias, even though it's only been 2 days, because just in particular stuff on TikTok, I just don't think this is really that healthy for you, especially when you're just by yourself in your own thoughts in your room for 2 weeks, which is actually a really long time. So I don't know, I think it's good to talk to my friends, but I also think it's slightly unhealthy. I'm actually finding online lessons really hard. I find it pretty impossible to concentrate and to pay attention because you're in your own room, there's no one looking over you. You can pretty much do whatever you want if like your camera's off. So I genuinely just sit here and contemplate life for an hour while my teacher's talking about God knows what. And I do try and concentrate, but I do also find it really difficult. Just because there's no like structure of anyone telling you like don't do that, don't do this. I would say I find it harder doing my online lessons with Corona because I feel really tired all the time. I mean, I am quite a tired person, but all I want to do is sit in my bed, and I constantly feel quite ill when I'm doing my lessons, but I don't know, I'll get through it.
I talked to David about what it was like having the virus.
I had it started long before there was lockdown or any scare about the virus, and was careless enough to go to the cinema at the end of February. And I think I came out with the virus and 10 days later became ill. I took an ambulance because I felt ill, and they took me to Winchester Hospital, and they took me upstairs, and I was surrounded by nurses, and they cross-examined me for half an hour, and then decided that I was too old to save. We went through the whole system, and they got me into a bed, and I was comfortable and definitely getting worse. I heard all the nurses talking around me because they thought I would think I was delirious. And the worst part of my fright is when they talked about arrangement for do not recover. Professional nurses, when I got home, were great. They came for a week and they brushed me down and washed me and dressed me. I was very wobbly because I certainly couldn't stand up. By the end of the week, I learned to canter around the garden with the frame. I really couldn't make my head, my muscles, anything work. I lost a lot of weight, 3 kilos of weight. Weight that came off my muscles. When I looked at myself, I looked like a saggy, baggy elephant because all the skin had gone wrinkly. And the muscles had all gone. The damage to the brain was very apparent and still is. Couldn't find the words, and although I could hear and understand instantly what people were saying, it's just I couldn't reply. I knew the words were there somewhere, but I couldn't find them.
I asked Eleanor about having COVID.
Having the virus is, well, for me, it hasn't been that bad, and I'm hoping that it doesn't get worse. I've been pretty asymptomatic. And the only reason why I got tested is because I've been exposed to it quite a bit. I think I may have caught the virus from being in company drama, and that was, so we're meant to bubble in our years, but this was across years. So I was with different bubbles. We were meant to be socially distanced, but I know there were times where that just didn't really work. I think that school shouldn't be shut down completely. I think people should be isolating. I think they probably should have isolated everyone a bit sooner, but no, I don't think it should be shut down because I think it's much easier for people to work in their own rooms than it is at home. And yeah, I'm finding it hard to work at home. I haven't really got much self-discipline. But no, I don't think it should be completely shut down. I just think that teaching, if it can be, should be taught online, and that people should isolate in their rooms. They're quite, I find them quite hard. I find quite hard to sit down in my own house and focus. I have ADD anyway, and just sitting down at home is just not, it's not easily done.